from the first time I saw ya. You were not like the others, a cool kind of melody. You rattled my cage without warning, kept it up right till the morning. A new kind of ecstasy. You found a different side of me, the one I'd like to be. A different side of me, yeah. You found a different side of me, like someone pretty neat. A different side of me, yeah. There are no stop signs, counting down till we take flight. It's how you make me feel. Yeah, yeah. Let's call in sick and be lazy. I'm all for doing what's crazy, 'cause you make it real, yeah. You found a different side of me, the one I'd like to be. A different side of me, yeah, yeah. Like someone pretty neat. A different side of me, yeah, yeah. I can feel that you're changing me. Day by day got me shedding skin. The layers are peeled away. Got me moving through time and space. Your magic can't be erased.
Alright, this is just a disclaimer. This is what works for me and my fitness goals. So I'm just basically going to be going over with you guys how I've been keeping track of my measurements and journey, because I necessarily don't do the scale per se, so I prefer to do the tape measuring and do it that way because it makes it less complicating for myself and easier to keep track. So basically I had started back in August, which is August 1st 2020, and I try to use the beginning of the month so I can stay consistent with it. And at that moment I was looking for a tape measure, but I forgot to grab it, but I'll get that a little bit later. So basically I measure my neck, my shoulder, my bust section, arms, waist, hips, thighs, calves, and ankles. And I'm going to kind of show you a little layout, how I write it down. And this just every month, this is something I try to keep up on. So my neck is 14 inches at that time, shoulders 46 inches, bust 39, my arms right and left 14, waist 37, hips 48, thighs 28, calf 17, ankles 9.5. So I'm just kind of flipping through, and then like I say, I prefer to do like the jump rope, and I just like to log it. At that time I was logging it, like how many jumps that day I was doing. So the 8, 13, 20, I did 500 jumps that day. And then I tried to challenge myself every day to go a little bit higher. And my personal goal at that time was trying to get to 1,000 jumps. And I did make it to that, which was August the 21st, 2020. I had made it to that. And so now I just pretty much take and set the time for like 10 minutes, or sometimes I do 15 minutes instead of, keep going over and over with the jumps or whatever. And I did like a set of 50. So now I'm moving on to September the 1st, and I started noticing some changes in my body. Oh, I forgot. I'm still talking about that. I made my goal. So let me let the video catch up just a little bit. So yeah, this is just something that's just, I noticed, been working for me to, keep going and not give up so easy. And also just being aware of my changes in my body and stuff like that. Yep. Okay, so I'm going over September 1st. So my neck for that time was at 13 inches, my shoulders 45, my arms right and left 14, my breast 37, waist 36, hips was at 46 and a half, my thighs was at 28, calf section 17 in both, and ankles had still stayed at 9.5. So I was starting to slightly notice some changes. And that's what, has been motivating me to, pretty much keep going now that I'm seeing it consistently changing. And I was still kind of documenting at that time, but I just switched it to doing the times instead of the number of counts of jumps. Was like, ooh. I wanted to keep myself accountable, so that's why I said I just end up just kind of doing it that way. So now I'm about to go over October the 1st measurements. So my neck came down to 13, shoulders was 44 and a half, arms right and left was 14, my breast it started going down to 36 and a half, my waist 33 and a half, hips 45, thighs right and left 27 on the left and 27 on the right, calves 16 and a half on both, and ankles 9 3/4, and on right and then left 9 and a half, November the 1st. So my neck had ended up coming down to 13 and a half, shoulders 43, arms right and left 13 and a half, breast 36, waist 34, hips 45 and a half, my thighs is at 27, calves 16 and a half, and then my ankles at 9. So then now December the 1st, my neck is at 13 and a half, shoulders 43, arms right and left is at 13 on the right, and no, 13 on the left and 13 and a half on the right, breast is 36 and a half, waist 34, and hips 45, thighs 27 and a half, and right and left calf 16, and then ankles 9. So I was noticing that my hips had, went up just a little bit in my waistline. So January 1st, so I documented neck 13 and a half, my shoulders 43, arms right and left 13, breast 35, waist 33, hips 42, thighs 26, on calves 16, and ankles at 9. So February the 1st, 13 at the neck, shoulders 43, arms 13, breast 35, waist 33, hips 43 and a half, thighs 26, and then calves 16, and ankles at 9. Yeah, so I was noticing a little fluctuation. So now for March 1st, which is today, I'm going to do this one on camera so you guys can kind of see how I, do my measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and jot down the neck, shoulders, arms, breasts, waist, hips, thighs, calves, and ankles on the paper. So then all I have to do is just fill in the numbers as I am taking the measurements.
from the first time I saw ya.
I didn't realize
You were
how
not like
slow
the
I was writing.
others. A cool kind of melody.
And I gotta grab my tape measure too, because I had forgot to bring it to the chair where I was sitting at.
You found a different side of me, the one I'd like to be, a different side of me, yeah. You found a different side of me, like someone pretty need, a different side of me, yeah.
So let me just grab my tape measure, and then I'm gonna show you how I do it. And I always take my top off so I can get an accurate measurement. But sometimes if it's closed, it kind of restrict the area you're trying to measure. Move the chair back a little bit. Add that extra room. So I just use a standard tape measure. The kind that pretty much like comes in a sewing kit. Get them at Walmart for like 80 cents or so. So I'm gonna just sit down and do my top section, but I'm gonna sit up real straight so everything is not like slouchy. So my neck for today is at 13. Jot that down in the book. And so my shoulders, this part be a little challenging sometimes, so but I managed to work it out. So my shoulder measurements is at 43.
Day by day got me shedding skin. The layers are peeled away. Got me moving through time and space.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my arms.
Can't be erased. You found a different side of me.
Challenge.
The one I'd like to be.
I normally do my measurements in the bathroom, but since I'm doing it on the camera, I was like, well, I'll do it in a more open space. So my arms end up being 13 on the right side. So that's pretty good. I'm keeping the consistency in my arms. And then on my left side, and it do make it easier, like if you do have somebody that can help you out. But I mean, I just go ahead and just kind of do it the best way that I can. So my left side is at 13 as well.
A different side of me, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up for my top section. At first I was gonna try to do it sitting down, and I was like, nah, let me stand up so I can have a little more accurate measurement.
Kept it up right till the morning. A new kind of ecstasy.
I think it just goes like right across the middle part. Yeah, kind of bring it down just a little bit. So that was at 36 and a half for my top section. Pretty much stays consistent. Like I notice if I start getting out of hand, that's when that goes up. So I'm gonna go ahead and record that, and then I'm gonna adjust the camera so I can do. Well, I'm gonna do my midsection first, and then I'll adjust the camera for my thighs and calves and everything else. So I tried to take and put the tape measure like right at the belly button, because at first I think I had it too low. It was like uneven. It's supposed to be right at the belly button. Kind of move and turn. So it's, yeah, I'm pointing. turn so you can see like it's going all the way across that section. So my waist is at 33 inches. So now I'm gonna kind of just
day by day got me shedding skin. The layers are peeled away.
right at the buttocks, what they call glutes. So I'm at 45. Kind of went up a little bit. I was like, no. But I'm like, at least it's not too much. I can get that one inch back knocked down. No big, because last month I went a little extra on some sweets. I gotta kind of monitor my sugar intake. So now I'm gonna move on to the thighs. Yeah, kind of adjust the camera so it can be you can be able to see what I'm doing.
You found a different side of me, the one I'd like to be. A different
I have definitely came a long way, because woo-wee. So I'm at 26 and a half. That was the right side. And then my left side, I am at 27. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, 27. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and record it. I'm like, really? How one gonna be bigger than the other? So now I'm about to move on to my calves. I try to have it right at that bulge part of the leg. So once I get this on, I end up measuring it to be at 16 and a half. At first I had put 26 and a half. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. It said 16 and a half. And then I'm about to move on to the left calf. And that ended up being 16 and a half as well. So now I'm going to go down to my ankles. I'm trying to bend in a way where it's not all awkward. And my leg is straight. So I'm at a 9. I've been consistent with my ankles being at a 9. And that's on the right side. And then my left side is also at a 9. And actually that was a 9.5, but like I said, that'd be funny how that does that. So yeah, that is this month's measurement. So just kind of give me an overall overview where I'm at. Not too bad. So yeah. So this is what works for me, and this is what I choose to do. Like I said in the beginning, like to keep me staying motivated, and because I know when I do the scale part, it kind of discouraged me if I see the number staying the same or it's going up and down, not realizing that my muscles is, more so expanding, but not necessarily weight gain per se. But I like this method better, and eventually I am going to do a weight in, but I'm going to wait at this moment. I just noticed the difference in the way my clothes fit. So with all this being said, yeah, thank you for tuning in to my revamping of my body, I guess. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, coming to Every's World. And if you like these type of videos, please feel free to subscribe and like. And as always, have a great day.